Hard to imagine now, but there was a time when Netflix was practically invisible compared to the giant that was Blockbuster. Blockbuster wasn't just a movie rental store, it was the movie rental store. With more than 9,000 locations and over 60,000 employees worldwide. Blockbuster sales, around $600 million a year. They were so successful that they didn't have to work that hard. People just came in, rented movies, and that was that. But Netflix, they were scraping by with a tiny office, no money for basic furniture, and just a handful of employees trying to make a dream come true. At one point, Netflix was so desperate that they even tried to sell their business to Blockbuster. Netflix, the massive company today, almost sold out to its biggest competitor. But Blockbuster's CEO, he laughed it off, thinking Netflix had no chance. Fast forward to today, and Netflix is worth over $28 billion, while Blockbuster is just a distant memory. It all starts with a frustrated guy named Reed Hastings and his business partner Mark Randolph. Back in the late 90s, Reed and Mark were both trying to figure out what kind of internet business they could launch. The internet was booming, and everyone was looking for ways to cash in. Amazon, led by Jeff Bezos, was already selling books online, and Reed and Mark knew they had to jump into the game, but they weren't sure where to start. Reed wanted something that would generate continuous income, something that didn't rely on always finding new customers. Mark had tons of ideas, from selling baseball bats to pad food online, but Reed wasn't excited about any of them. One day, after months of brainstorming, Reed had an epiphany. What if they could take the movie rental business, which was already huge, and move it online? Back in the day, people would go to Blockbuster on weekends to rent movies. It was a hassle. Picking the right movie, waiting in long lines, and dealing with late fees. Reed had been hit with a $30 late fee himself, and he couldn't stop thinking about how outdated the whole system was. Why not rent movies online so people could choose from home and avoid the ridiculous late fees? But there was a big problem. The movies people rented were on video cassettes, and they were bulky and expensive to ship. Plus, if the tapes got damaged in the mail, Netflix would lose money. That's when they stumbled upon a game-changing discovery: DVDs. Unlike videotapes, DVDs were lighter, cheaper to ship, and much less likely to break. It was the perfect solution. The idea for Netflix started to take shape. Reed and Mark decided to create a website where customers could browse and rent DVDs online. Once an order was placed, the DVD would be shipped to their doorstep. Customers could watch the movie and return it with a prepaid envelope. The process was simple, but here's the catch. Reed and Mark didn't have the money to get the business off the ground. With little to no budget, they set up a small office, furnished with secondhand furniture and cheap folding tables. They hired a tiny team, paying them low salaries with promises of future stock options if the business succeeded, and after months of planning, building their website, and buying DVDs, Netflix was ready for launch. August 9th, 1998, the big day. They made their website live at exactly 9 a.m. with a bell set up to ring every time someone placed an order. The first order was placed by none other than Mark himself, and when that bell rang for the first time, the team was ecstatic. But then something crazy happened. The bell rang again and again and again. The orders were flooding in. Within the first 15 minutes, the bell was ringing non-stop. But then disaster struck. Netflix's website crashed. It couldn't handle the traffic. This was a sign that Netflix was on to something big, but they had to get their servers in order fast. They scrambled, ordered new servers from a local store, and within hours, they were back online. In just the first day, Netflix received 157 orders, way more than they expected. However, because of the website crash, the real number of orders was likely much higher. Despite the technical difficulties, it was clear Netflix had hit a nerve. Netflix's journey wasn't easy at the start. In their first month, they earned just $1,000, mostly from DVD sales, not rentals. This was a problem because their goal was to rent DVDs to generate ongoing income, but people wanted to buy DVDs instead, creating a tough challenge for founders Mark and Reed. Then came a pivotal moment. Jeff Bezos, Amazon's CEO, wanted to buy Netflix. Instead of selling, Mark and Reed made a deal. Amazon would handle DVD sales while Netflix focused on rentals. It was a bold decision, but things didn't go smoothly. Netflix tried teaming up with DVD player companies like Toshiba and Sony, offering 10 free rentals with every player purchase. However, the coupon codes were visible on the box, allowing anyone to use them, even without buying a player. This caused massive losses, with few people becoming regular customers. Another disaster struck during the Monica Lewinsky trial. Netflix planned to sell DVDs of the trial, but accidentally sent out adult films instead. Customers received the wrong content, damaging Netflix's reputation. Despite these setbacks, Netflix didn't give up. They refined their business model and introduced a game-changing subscription service, allowing customers to rent unlimited DVDs for a monthly fee. No late fees, no stress. Meanwhile, Blockbuster ignored the internet's potential and stuck to its outdated physical stores. They even had the chance to buy Netflix but passed. Netflix's success came from their vision, adaptability, and refusal to quit. They learned from failures, took risks, and embraced the future. Today, Netflix is a giant in entertainment, while Blockbuster is just a memory.